Hello, Miles here from Tech Silver. Today I'm going to be telling you about this waterproof, extra long life battery, GPS tracker and personal alarm, which is the ultimate peace of mind 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for anyone who's concerned about a loved one's safety. We're going to go through what makes this better than other trackers on the market, and then we're going to go through each feature in more detail. So to start off with then, this device has an extra long life battery, with the battery life lasting around 2 weeks, with the device updating its location every minute. Next up, the device is fully waterproof, so it can be submerged underwater, and if you drop it in the bath, in the shower or in bad weather, it will not be damaged. The device also has geofences, so you and other loved ones can be alerted when they've left or entered a certain area and get help as soon as possible if they do. The device is also a personal alarm with two-way SOS calls and an SOS button, meaning you can be alerted as soon as possible if something bad happens. The device's magnetic charging stand makes it much easier to charge than many other devices on the market. They can take it off and pop it on at any time, and regardless of whether they have any problems with their hands or fingers, it's super simple to use. And finally, the device is portable, compact and discreet, meaning it's much more likely they'll take it with them, and it looks a lot better than other ugly plastic devices you might be used to seeing elsewhere. So that covers the main features and benefits, and now I'd like to go into the battery life in more detail. Battery life on GPS trackers is really important, but it's even more important if you're planning to give this to a loved one. If it only lasts a few days, then you or someone else has to keep going around to make sure it's charged, and that's quite inconvenient if you live far away. Other tracking devices might advertise long battery lives, but they don't update their location regularly. The reason why it's important for a device to update its location, say every minute, like this one does, is if they leave the house and you want to be alerted when they've left a certain area. If you're waiting 5, 10, 15 minutes for the next update, that means they could have gone quite a long way before you get the alert on your smartphone. This device will update its location every 60 seconds, and the battery will last around 2 weeks, with the user going out the house around 2 hours per day, which is much longer than other devices on the market. So next up is the design and the charging functionality. So as you can see, it's small, compact and discreet, meaning people are more likely to remember it and want to wear it. In addition to this, it's robust and can take minor knocks and scrapes, and I don't think it particularly looks like a tracking device. In addition to this, the charging functionality is really simple. So all they have to do is pop it onto this charging stand here, and because it's magnetic, it will slot and lock into place. There's no fiddly cables they can put in the wrong way around, and that means it's much easier for somebody who has manual dexterity issues like arthritis. Finally, if there was a power cut or they were to turn the socket off or unplug this cable, it will still continue to charge for a short period of time, as this has a little battery in it to keep it going. So next up, I want to talk about locating your loved ones. So simplicity of tracking devices is obviously important, but it's even more important if you're going to be giving this to a family member. Now imagine your loved one is missing. The last thing you want is to be messing around trying to find out how to locate them. Now our device works with a tracking app, and that works on iOS, so iPhones, or Android like Samsung's. You can go on the map on the app at any time and find out where they are using mobile data or Wi-Fi. Many of our competing devices, you either have to have a text message sent to the device and wait for it to reply, or even worse, you have to ring a monitoring or call center and find out where they are that way. Both of these would be a lot of hassle and really frustrating and worrying in the agonizing moments when you're trying to locate your loved one. This device has no range limits, so you can be anywhere in the world, and as long as your smartphone has an internet connection, you can go on the app and see where they are. In addition to this, geofences are really useful, particularly if you're tracking somebody who has dementia or Alzheimer's disease. As you know, people might go missing at any time of day or night, and if they do, you need to be alerted as soon as possible so you or someone else can go and get them and make sure that they are safe. With this device, you can draw circles around areas of safety or not safety, and you'll be alerted as soon as they enter or leave. This allows you to be much hotter on their heels and jump into action should you need to get them help. So in addition to this, there's no user limits for the device. So let's say you've got siblings or other carers who are also looking after the person using this. You can all log into the same app and see the same information. Location history allows you to set date and time parameters on the app to see a breadcrumb trail of where the device has gone. This is not only interesting, but it can also give you information of places they tend to go if they go missing. So people with dementia maybe go to places of significance from the past, so previous places of work or maybe a pub or cafe they like visiting. And if they were to go missing, this information is really important for you or the police to try and find them. So a very unique aspect of this device is it's fully waterproof. Lots of other devices on the market are water resistant, which means they're splash proof, but this is fully rated to IP67. So IP67 means it can be submerged under 1 meter, which is about 2.5 feet of water for up to 30 minutes without the device being water damaged. So in real terms, this means, let's say your mum or dad can wear this in the bath or shower without you worrying about it being water damaged. And it's especially useful if they were to, say, slip over and have a fall in the bathroom. They can press the SOS button on the side and get help straight away. Not only is this a tracking device, but it's also a personal alarm with two-way calls and an SOS button. So to start off with, if you think that calls would spook or confuse your loved one, don't worry. If you don't add any phone numbers to the app, then it won't trigger any phone calls. So when they press this SOS button, and that can be when they're out and about or at home, of course it says SOS next to it and it's nice and red and easy to see. If they press the button, it will do two things. The first thing it will do is send an app notification to anyone who's logged into the app. So you'll get an alert to say the SOS button has been pressed. And if you add phone numbers to the app for it to call, it will also call those numbers. If it will call the first one, and if the first one doesn't answer, as long as you don't have voicemail enabled, it will call the second until somebody answers. So not only will it do those two things, but you can also call into the device. Now, only pre-listed whitelist numbers can call into the device, so no spammers, scammers, or bad guys can call them. But not only that, it will automatically answer. So let's say your loved one wouldn't remember that it even has a phone call functionality or remember how to answer. That's not a problem. As long as you call in from one of those numbers, it will automatically answer and go to a loud and clear speakerphone. That is especially useful in a wandering scenario. So let's say your loved one has gone missing and you've got an alert on your smartphone to say, they've left the geofence. You can't be there. Obviously, you can't be there immediately to help them. So what you can do is call them and say, "Hi, Dad, it's me. Just stay where you are. I'm coming to get you," and have an opportunity to speak with them before, of course, you're able to go and help them. So in summary then, this is a fully waterproof device with an extra long battery life that allows you to locate them any time of day or night from your smartphone, be alerted in an emergency situation, speak with them without them needing to press anything, and help them out at any time. This gives them extra independence and keeps an eye on them even when you can't be there. So that wraps up the video on this fantastic device. If you want any more information, click on the link below and you can look at the page or speak to one of our friendly team on the phone, by email, or on live chat. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Miles from Tech Silver and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.